Hello my students. Today I am discussing about the Saraikela Chhau. The geographical area of Saraikela Chhau performance is at present in the state of Jharkhand. On the west of Purulia is a wide region known as Singhbhum area. It is assumed that this area named after the royal dynasty of Singhas. Around 1820, this area went under supremacy of the British. It is to be noted that in 1205, the Singha family was initiated by the Dorponarang Singh Deo, the 40th king of this royal family was Jagannath Singh Deo III. His son Kumar Bikram Singh Deo built the palace of Saraikela. Following this, the 10th king Sri Aditya Pratap Singh Deo patronized culture and developed the area in all respect. The Chhau is part of the ritual and religious celebration of the people of three regions, that is Bihar, West Bengal and Odisha of our country, and as such is not considered a professional occupation except for the artist employed by the Saraikela Maharaja. Most Chhau artists make out a living in the city or as a common laborers in the field, although their training may be as rigorous as that of a professional artist. The form is practiced by amateurs. Little of the historical background of Saraikela Chhau is known as today. What is clear is that the region of its birth remained relatively quiet and free from outside hostility. From the signing of treaty with British in AD 1820 through the merger of the region into the modern Bihar state in 1947 AD. The Saraikela Chhau dance is associated with annual Chaitra Prabha festival. This festival dedicated to Ardhanarishwar, the half man and half woman god. It is a prayer for achieving affluent crops from cultivation. The event follows a series of mandatory rituals. The rituals are not part of the Chhau dance, but the rituals are held as a part of worship and the prayers. The Saraikela Chhau is patronized by the princes and is also performed by them. The tribals, agriculturalists and martial groups participated. The ritual preceding the dance gives an opportunity to all sections of the society to participate in it, and how representatives of each community have a special role to play. In Bhagavat Mela and Jogsagana form, the ritual takes place behind the curtain or in green room. In case of Chhau, the ritual is not a prelude to the dance, but it is indeed the whole festival. In Saraikela Chhau communities, like the Teli, Tamli, Khandara, Kangsari, Patros, Gudia, Benian and Boiddo take part in preliminary ritual. There is a continuation here of some tribal ritual as is even evident from the creation of and the procession. Here the pole becomes the symbol of Shiva, the lingam, an object of worship. In both Mayurbhanj Chhau and Saraikela Chhau, the main phase of the ritual revolve around the bathing ghats. Shiva and his consort Shakti are the principal deities propitiated during the festival. The most celebrated series of Chhau performances take place both in Saraikela and Mayurbhanj during the evening immediately following the completion of the specific ritual performed each day of the festival. The date for the beginning of the festival was traditionally determined by the royal astrologer, who by consulting with the ruler's horoscope found the day in April when the stars were favorably for commencing of the festival. The formal inauguration of the festival is marked by hosting the ritual banner pole. This tall green bamboo staff with a red banner and mango leaves attached at the top is freshly made each evening during the festival. The ritual flag is assembled at the royal bathing place on the banks of the Chhau river and is taken in procession from the river to the principal Shiv temple in the heart of the village square, accompanied by drums and a sanai. The procession continues to the courtyard of the place where the ritual flag is deposited for the night in the Raghunath temple of the place, access to which is limited to the member of royal family. The same procedure is repeated each day of the festival. Once the festival has been initiated, each day is marked by its own particular set of specific act of the proportion. On the first day of a procession start towards the temple of Shiva, which was a very elementary form of the lingam. The people who comprise the procession come from all the communities like Teli, Tamli, Khandara, Kangsari, Patros, Gudia, Benia and Boida. They are initiated and become Brahmins or Bhaktas or Bhakts. This procession of the Bhagatas starts from Manja Ghat, which is the royal bathing ghat. The procession is led by a man who holds a pole called the Jarjara. After the temple, they visit the place and finally an arena which is constructed and the concentrated dancing arena known as the Akhada. The following night takes place the first ceremony of the Jatra Ghata. The Mangala or the Mangala Ghata is the auspicious picture and symbolize the fertility of the country. The person who carries this auspicious picture is the Teli. There is an elaborate worship of Ghata, and thereafter the Teli place this Ghata on the body of another man who is specially chosen for the occasion and is known as Ghatwali. The Ghatwali's body is completed painted with vermilion. He wears a dhoti on the lower half of the body. Here is the significant transfer and symbolism full of multiple meaning. The water inside of the Jatra Ghat is known as the Shakti. The man who carries this naturally becomes the concentrated person who must then merge into the Shiva form. Gradually, the Ghatwali, to the accompaniment of the drums and singing, falls into a trance. This represents the union symbolically. The Ghatwali finally place the picture next to the Shivalinga in the temple, in the state, representing a symbolic union of Shiva and Shakti. In Saraikela, the ritual is simple as the Mayurbhanj. This way, the first day of festival features both a set of afternoon ritual and a series of evening rituals. The afternoon ceremonies consist of a series of rituals carried out by women, including the carrying of holy water, dancing, trances and offerings of fowl, and the evening ritual begins with a procession by a male devotee. The red makeup and clothing, carrying a small earthen pot, he represent a manifestation of goddess Shakti. The pot is filled with water from Khakrakai river. The carrying the pot begins to dance and eventually enters a state of procession. The second day of festival marks the observance of Vrindavani or Vrindavani. On this day, monkey god Hanuman is presented. Here a monkey played by a devotee is decorated with the bamboo leaves and dance at the urging of his handler. Another devotee, it actually presents the story of Hanuman when he was destroying Lanka. The symbolic significance, however, is clear because in each case it is protectiveness of Vishnu which is represented. The Venu of the second ritual is the place. On the third day, the Gariya Bahar rituals is presented. A man with black in face and dressed in a long black costume carries in a procession 2 pots wrapped in red fabric and filled with river water. he is accompanied by two men dressed as women, representing the milkmaids who appear with Krishna, who is portrayed by a young lad. Another ritual called the Kalika Ghata takes place on the fourth day. Kalika Ghata is also known as the Kamana Ghata. The Kamana Ghat or Kalika Ghata represent the third aspects of creation relating to desire and its subsequent destruction. The Chaitra Prabha as well as with the Chhau dance, which was a part of the festival for several generations, members of the royal family become Chhau dancers themselves and took an active role in shaping and reshaping the art form. Its repertoire and the style and variety of masks used in performance, such long-term royal support of the Chhau and its festival context contributed to molding the Saraikela style into its present distinctive features. Its relative refinement, sculptural and sustained or elongated movement, and its clear featured sculptural and sustained or elongated movement and its clear feature, relatively plain, simple and unique stylized mask. In the beginning, the Saraikela Chhau dance was greatly influenced by the movement of martial art from Parikhanda, the physical exercise and practices of combating and fighting technique of country soldiers were the inspiration, and that later gave birth to the traditional martial art form Parikhanda, where uses of sword and shield are very notable. But soon after, the restructuring of this movement to establish the structure as a mainstream art form began. It happened because of the patronization of royal family. Chhau dance of Saraikela from its beginning received support of them. During Reformation, it was not just confined to financial support of the royals, but they were also directly involved with the growth in every aspect. Famous Guru Padmasri Sudhirendra Narayan Singhdeo, Guru Padmasri Kedarnath Chhau are from the royal families. Revered artists of early days, namely Rajkumar Subhendra Narayan Singhdeo, Brojendra Narayan Singhdeo, also belong to the royal family of Saraikela. They constantly researched and experimented with the evolution of this form. During their time, the entire Chhau participating troops or akhada was divided in two categories: the Bajar Shahi and the Brahman Shahi. Under this, there were 4 troops in each category. Under Bajar Shahi, the 4 troops were Khadra Shahi, Hanchu Shahi, Nuaghar and Kasari Shahi. Under Brahman Shahi, the 4 troops were Putra Shahi, Amina Shahi, Beni Babu Shahi, Teli Shahi. they were directly patronized by the royal family. But these days, they have developed into independent performing companies. As a result, the Chhau dance, which was earlier only a technique based form, now appeared with enactment of mythological stories. Even Indian classical ragas were incorporated in its music part. Finally, a well coordinated of rhythm and beats, that is the tal and chanda for accompaniment, was witnessed. These are definitely new dimension that brought forward a break in the continuity of the tradition which was prevailing from 1920s. Reformer were Kumar Vijay Pratap Singh Deo, Maharaja Aditya Pratap Singh Deo of Saraikela. Maharaja Aditya Pratap established the rules and marked the techniques of this art form. In the history of evolution of Saraikela Chhau, he was the first reformer who shaped the presentation and codified the technique. For proper presentation and practice, analyzing the entire performance, he figured out 3 technique parts or divided Chhau into 3 basic parts of techniques, that is Chali, Khel and Ufri. For performance of the repertoire, he wrote a number of short stories. Duration of those presentation is from 5 to 10 minutes. These stories, when enacted along with emotions and sentiments, depict a number of messages and evoke rasa in the audience. He drew the themes from his stories from nature, mythology and emotions of daily life, such as Phool and Basanto, flowers and spring, where the plot is dealt with 2 lovers. The main inspiration of the item Prajapati, that is butterfly. Prajapati is the beauty and the beautiful movement of butterflies. Duration of this presentation is of 5 minutes. Durjadhana Urubhanga is a story of war in Kurukshetra on its 18th day. It portrays the last fight between Bhim and Duryodhana. In the short span of this item, Raja Aditya Pratap tried to give the message that ego and fight result in the destroy of persons and families. The son of Maharaja Vijay Pratap, Subhendra and Brijendra and Sudhirendra too made their contribution to Chhau dance. They devoted themselves as an artist, also did refinements in costume and mask. Maharaja Aditya Pratap Singh Deo also introduced the Chhau Chaitra festival, which is still being continued by his family to this day. The artistic history of Saraikela Chhau is shrouded mystery. So far, no text or manuscript or inscription have been discovered. There are only a few architectural remains and a few miniature painting to tell us of any tradition of poetry, the dance drama or sculpture in the area. This is not to say that the form is devoid of the thematic content or acquaintance with myth, legend or speculative thought. On the contrary, the familiarity with the myth and the legend, with puranic stories, epic themes and allegorical symbolism is eloquent in the repertoire of Saraikela Chhau. Now the students, I will discuss about the arena, that is usher or the performance place of Chhau dance. The area of a Chhau performance is on the ground. The ritualistic performance takes place on the courtyard inside the palace. The area of Chhau performance is ideally a square space with the length and breadth of 50 feet each. Sometimes a smaller area may be taken, but a minimum of 30 feet length and breadth is required. One side of the square is taken as the front. In early days, at the back side of the area, there used to be two platforms reserved for two shahis. There were stairs to climb the platforms. The artist used these stairs for entry and departure from the green rooms. But these days, the platform are not used anymore. None there is a passage directly connected to the performance area from the green room. Above the main performance area, there is a canopy hung as a cover. Many a time, jute canopies are also used above the green room area. Sometimes the performance area is prepared at a height of 6 inches from the ground level. Whatever be the clay on the ground is kept in a softer tone for the performance fit comfort. The musician sit on the two sides of the stage. The drummers play the following singing, and there is no scope for dramatic relief in Saraikela Chhau. So, this is the arena, the place where usually the performer perform the Saraikela Chhau in their own place. Now, I will like to discuss about the techniques. Saraikela Chhau is not exactly dance drama. Rather, it can be considered as pure dance. It has no dialogue and there is no evidence of effort to build up a plot following a clear storyline. It makes a holistic effort to portray the theme in its presentation. Following the tradition, a student of Chhau still practice parikhanda every morning beside the river near Saraikela as a part of his training. We find that the martial movements have their influence only on the training process now, but the movements used in presentation have become refined and dignified, adhering to the aesthetics appeal as an art form. Saraikela Chhau depends on numerous movements, gestures and postures to express emotion, the poetry of body language. These are divided into three parts. This codification of technique are done by Maharaja Aditya Pratap Singh Deo. These three are, one is Chali. Chali means imitation of movement of human beings, animals and natures such as tree, etc. Accordingly, different chalis is named. In chali, the feet is placed in front and the back and well coordinated with rhythm. This rhythmic feet movement is performed in various tempos like single, double, quadruple and multiples. Chali includes the jumping step too. The jumping is called diya in local language. Chali is also called gati or gates. According to the rhythm, chal in the style of the character. Chali is divided into 6 types. One is Adi or Adli Chali. This Adli Chali is crosswise movement of the feet. Teen Podi Chali means 3 steps are taken here, front, back and side. Bagh Chali. Bagh Chali is an imitation of the movement of tiger. Akash Chali, imitation of the imaginary movement of the goddess coming down from the sky. Bak Chali, the movement of stalks. Gomutra Chando Chali, it is again divided into 8 types where the design of the urination of cows are imitated. Student, now I like to discuss other techniques of Saraikela Chhau. Now I will tell you about another technique part, that is Uvli, means action which are inspired from course of the common people, including the technique for fights by the local combatant. This is treated as the primary area of conventional technique of Saraikela Chhau. These movements are now refined aesthetically for performance today. There are 36 kinds of Ublis. I can give you the references 1 to 36. Goborgola, that is mixing of cow dung. Chhora dewa, spreading the mixture of cow dung with water on the floor. Hirtha kiba, cleaning of the house with from. Jhunti dewa, gobor kora, dhon, dhinku dhara, kola chhara, badna bata, tel holud makha, godi jibar, going to the bath in river, khadu maja, pahud maja, Jhuntiya maja, ready maja, then the gadbar or dubar, sidur tika, guti khura, guti pekha, mach veda, mach dhara, ঘোড়া ঢুলকি, ঘোড়া টোপকা, চেলি ডেঙ্গা, that is cattle jump, hiron denga, deer jumps, bag dumka, that is tiger jumps, bag rampada, bag pani khira, majur pani khia, that is peacock, majur means, sun ufli, boro ufli, ardhachandra, ontamundra, pasarhana, thuri thuri, tarakasa, taraksa, these are the. Then now I will discuss about another technique, that is khel. Style or technique of this, of the use of traditional weapons aesthetically in this art form called khel. Examples are chenka chenki or taka taki, the technique of sword and shield. Baha matha, the stylized exercise of the arms. Mendha talia, the fight of the limbs. Sanguja, boro gunja, boloi bar thabar, the technique of leading in a war. Double shot, dual sword fight. Ekavadiya, the fight and combat with sword and shield. Urmaliya, Ujhadiya. Then another technique is topka. It is the local variation of the movements of feet. Sometimes it creates confusion with chali or gati, but it is purely local step movements. This aesthetically placed in performance. These topkas are kasagoti, madhyagoti chalon or bhangima in the medium paced movement, jhoka chali, the front bent movement, soro chali, the dignified pleasurable goti of the royals, sagar gati, the ocean gate, bakchali, tiger gate, hosti chali, the elephant gate, mayur gati, peacock gate, hamsa gati, swan gate. Then the technique is bhangi. It is combination of chali, ufli, topka. There are at least 50 bhangis. Brahmanda, Brindavani, Kalibhav, Sankhodhani, Jog, Srishti, Sthiti, Loy, Proloy, Bhoy Abhoy, Ghaddhara, Abahon, Bisaranjan, Protipalon, অভিশাপ, প্রতিশোধ, জয় পরাজয়, বিদ্যুৎ, তারাখাসা, গঞ্জনা, অর্ধচন্দ্র, চিৎকার, ক্রন্দন, লজ্জা, রুদ্র হস্ত, আনন্দ, হাস্য, ঝঙ্কার, বাসা, দালানো, লোপ্তা, ধর্ষণা, পাল্টা, বরিজা, তুলিয়াডং, নির্ণয়, নিষ্কৃতি, Chakukela, Sorpopora, Lakha, Chadhara, Puramura, Jhutiamura, Pasuri Bhanga, Pani Ana, Gomutra Chando, Salami, Gostahon, Borosan, Choto Saharasan. These are 50 I named. So, my student, I think in this module you are enough about the Saraikela Chhau, which is a full of verb and variety of our Indian tradition.